Ooh, yeah. Oof, me. Hello, welcome to this video. My name's Dan, aka Lucent. I'm a music producer and songwriter, and today I'm going to be reacting to MITSKI for the first time. I'll be doing her brand new album. This is Laurel Hell. So let's go. Okay, so I've never heard MITSKI before. Quite a few of you have recommended her to me over the months. But yeah, so I've been looking forward to actually listening to her for a while and thought this would be a really good opportunity with the brand new album coming out. Cool. So I know absolutely nothing about her at all. I don't even really know what genre it is. And so you're really getting like a first time reaction here today. Yeah, but before we get started, if you're new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe. I do weekly content. I'm a singer, songwriter and music producer myself. So I do a lot of my own music. Feel free to check that out if you like. But I also do a lot of videos to do with my love of music and my love of making music too. So make sure to subscribe to the channel for all that kind of stuff and click the like button if you like the video too, because it really helps it perform well. Yay. Yay. Let's get on to this. It's raining quite heavily today, so if I start going on about, oh my god, the ambient rain recording on the track is so cool, then you know why. It wouldn't be the first time. Okay. Ooh, it's loud. This is song number 1. This is Valentine Texas. Okay, so we've got synth, pad, Moog, probably, sounds like. Step carefully into the dark. Going back into the dark, yeah. Ooh, very eerie. The lyrics are very evocative. Oof, me. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. That scared the shit out of me. Wow. Okay. This is really interesting musically as well. Love this lush arrangement. It sounds like a kind of dreamscape that she's painting with these lyrics, you know? Cool. Wow. I like how surprising that was. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, that was a bit crazy, because it really does lull you into a false sense of security, doesn't it? It's like you're like, she's going into the dark, she's exploring herself. Maybe the dark represents some sort of sadness or pain that she's been through, and she's kind of diving back into that and assessing it again, and she's thinking, who am I gonna be this time? Maybe she's referring to her own creative process, jumping back and minding her pain and sadness for lyricism and music, and she doesn't know what's gonna come out when she makes this new piece of music, you know. Let's have a little look at the lyrics. No idea why it's called Valentine Texas. Let's drive out to where the dust devils are made by dancing ghosts as they kick up clouds of sand. Okay, so yeah, it seems like she's kind of setting a precedent for the album going forward. She's going to go through her pain. She's going to look inward to create music. This imagery of driving out to where the dust devils are made, again, it kind of symbolizes the dust devils, you know, being like quite chaotic, maybe like emotionally chaotic. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Cool, so let's go on to the next song. This is song number 2. This is Working for the Knife. Ooh. Ooh, I love that. Ooh. Oh, fun. Oh, I love how this sounds. This is so cool. Interesting reverbs and textures, and musically going crazy places too. Really cool. Oh, I love that. Oh. I love the sound of that guitar. It sounds so like huge and grand and optimistic, but there's a sense of sadness, tiredness maybe. I love how this sounds. It's a mishmash of loads of different textures. It's fab. Dying for the knife. What does that mean? That's so cool. I love how creative the production is on that. It just feels like a really unique set of sounds to put together and a really unique set of like reverbs and stuff. In terms of conventional production, usually you try and kind of create everything to make everything sound like it's in the same room. But with that, she purposely utilized like a different reverb to make it stand out, and it gave it such a kind of unique texture. Yeah. Very cool. Let's have a little look at the lyrics, because I have no idea what the lyrics were. I cry at the start of every movie, I guess I wish I was making things too, but I'm working for the knife. Because she's the same age as me. Actually, the lyrics really belie like a certain darkness that the music doesn't necessarily show. To me, it seems as if she's talking about her attitude as an artist. I used to think I would tell stories, but no one cares for the stories I had. I start the day high and it ends so low because I'm working for the knife. Trying to go into this career as a musician, trying to make it for the stories, trying to make it for the art of it. But at the end of the day, she realizes she's just doing it for the bottom line, and that she's kind of lost her soul in it. Like, it seems to be like lamenting that she's almost maybe sold out. But at the end of the song, she says, I start the day lying and end with the truth that I'm dying for the knife, that actually this is what I want. Ooh, that's really fascinating lyricism. That's a great song. I really like that. I'll be adding that to my current vibes playlist, which I have going. If you want to follow it, the link's in the description. It's basically all the stuff I'm listening to at the moment. Cool. Okay, let's go on to song number 3. This is Stay Soft. Ooh, fun. Groove. I'm into the groove of this one. Ooh, yeah. Love this. The chord she chooses are so cool. They sound so unique, but ooh, it's, seems to be not really adhering to like traditional music theory at all, and just taking the chords where they sound interesting. That's a really cool way of making music. Very cool. Oh, love that. Huh. The lyrics are very subtle, aren't they? So sick. Open up your heart like the gates of hell. I love how this is building. It's so well done. Love that. That was fab. I loved the chords. I love the build, the dynamics. The production again, really cool. Yeah, that was fab. That's so mad. Open your heart like the gates of hell. Like, what could that mean? Maybe the idea that like opening your heart just for you to experience pain. Maybe that's like where she's going with that. Open your heart like the gates of hell. Like, there's so much you could kind of get from her lyrics because they're so non-specific. They kind of like are very open to interpretation. You stay soft, get beaten, only natural to harden up. She seems to be reflecting on, how her sensitivity and her softness and her openness, oh God, I really, really relate to this shit, can eventually cause you harm. That is something that I relate to so much, especially at the moment. Like, I had a really bad situation, but like the intensity and the ferocity of the situation really, really upset me, and I still have little moments of anxiety thinking about that situation. And I spoke to my dad about it, and he was like, like being open and emotional is all well and good, but when you get into these situations like this, it affects you so much more than it does other people. And that's kind of what she's saying, is that like when you are soft and open, that you have to harden up. That's kind of what my dad was saying to me. But it's so difficult because I want to be open. That's part of who I am. It's a dilemma, and I feel like that's something she's really presenting here. Okay, let's go on to the next song. This is song number 4. This is Everyone. I love the drum machines in this album, actually. It's giving me a little bit of Beatles. Is this in 3/4? Yeah, I think it is. Okay. I left the door open to the dark. Ooh. Maybe like leaving the doors open to your emotion and letting it, like carrying on from the past song, like allowing darkness in too. God, this is quite sinister, this song. Whoa. take it all. Wow. She's opened herself up to something and didn't really realise like what she would have to spend emotionally. Whoa. Sometimes I think I'm free until I find I'm back in line again. I love the introduction of the piano there. Wow. Cool. Well, she's certainly no normal artist, is she? Jesus, that's really such an intense place. It's almost like so intense to the point of meditation, because it like really does go dun 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 and doesn't let up the entire song. It kind of lulls you into this like place, you know. I'm not sure how I feel about listening to that song though. In terms of casual listening, I feel like it would be a bit like intense. But in terms of like forensic kind of listening, I love how it kind of builds up that intensity to then bring it out with that really lovely piano part at the end. Kind of seems as if she's saying, you know, I let the door open, I let all the darkness in so that maybe I could create music that was like edgy and moody, but I didn't know what it would take. I didn't know the emotional toll. Sometimes I think I'm free of that until I find I'm back in line again. So maybe it's like reflecting on herself in like, you know, to try and create music has left her vulnerable, maybe vulnerable to anxiety and depression. I really appreciate the artistry. Really cool in the way that she puts things, like so open for interpretation. So yeah, make sure to, in the comments, let me know what you think your interpretation is of all these songs, because like, that's what I love about doing these videos, is that everybody like gets in the comments and goes, oh, I think it's this, I think it's this, I think it's it. Yeah, so make sure to comment as well. I must say, I don't really understand why it's called like Yanni Hell. Like, I don't, like, what is the meaning of that word? Like, what is a laurel, you know? Let's go on to song number 5. This is Heat Lighting. The drums are so evocative, aren't they? Kind of like a movie. To some higher power, maybe giving it up to the music, to the audience. Whoa. Oh my god. Amazing. Such an amazing build. She's definitely giving up the sense of control, isn't she? Maybe understanding that certain things aren't under her control. Cool. I liked the vibe of that one. Quite chill, especially more chill than the last couple of songs. I understand the vibe of like kind of accepting that you can't control everything. That's quite a healthy way to kind of frame things, because, you know, at the end of the day, like, there are certain things you can control. Most of them are within yourself, but there's so much outside of our control that we as humans spend our lives worrying about, that it's wasted emotion because you can't control it. There's nothing you can do about it. So, but yeah, like, trying to get your head around that is often the hardest part. Let's have a look at the lyrics. So she's kind of got a bit of an insomnia, you know. Yeah, like, on the ceiling dancing, other things all come and gone. So she's lying awake at night, worrying about her choices, maybe things that she did in the past. There's nothing I can do. There's not much I can change. So I give it up to you. I hope that that's okay. To me, that sounds as if she's giving it up to the music and she's giving it up to the fans. Maybe she's kind of apologizing for like unloading all of her emotion on us in a way. But like, in accepting that that's all she can control, I think she's kind of finding a sense of peace. Okay, let's go on to song number 6. This is the Only Heartbreaker. Ooh. This is like 80s vibes, isn't it? I know I say that all the time, but it is. Oh, yeah. Maybe it's about commitment in a relationship, monogamy or something. I do really like the pace of this one. Oh, nice. She's really good at dynamics, isn't she? Like, I've spoken about this before, but like, from my experience as a producer, something you can hear in artists is when they really think about the dynamic profile of their song. Like, I can imagine Mitski looking at the waveform of her song and seeing like the shape of it and knowing that that's what she wanted to create, you know? Ooh. Love it. Love that this song is something a bit more you could kind of dance to, actually. I was thinking about dynamics. Nice. Fun. Love that. Again, like a musically really cool, really different, dynamically really cool, really different. What I really appreciate about the production is that it's not over compressed. So compression decreases their dynamic range so that, you know, when you're listening on the radio, for instance, you're not having to turn it up when it gets quiet, you know? But the balance is, right, trying to retain the dynamics of the song for like emotional, artistic purposes, but also make it listenable in terms of like a real world context. And I think the balance here is really good. Also, I think she knows that her listeners are probably going to be listening on headphones, so she can kind of get away with a bit more dynamic range. Yes, I love a song with decent dynamics. All these songs kind of go like this. You know, it's really cool. Let's have a little look at the lyrics. But I think as long as we're together, I'll be the only heartbreaker. I'll be the bad guy in the play. Okay, she's kind of saying as part of this relationship, this other person is too good. Like, she knows that she's going to be the only one who ever trips up and makes a mistake. Maybe she's reflecting on, maybe she did cheat on them or something. I don't know. Like, she's really succinct. I love how, like, she is really poetic and not particularly direct, but actually all of the lyrics, they feel very edited in a good way. Reduce this down to the purity of concept. Okay, let's go on to the next song. This is song number 7. This is Love Me More. Dancey, okay. It's got a galloping sense to it. I won't make the same mistake. Wow. If I stay at home, I could be a new person. There's a lot of reflection on her career, I think, in this album. Ooh. Wow. Oh, it's kind of darkness in this, isn't it? Maybe it's like a sense of like needing love from the public and for people who like her music, you know? Loud enough to drown out my own thoughts, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love the piano. Oh. Oh. Yeah, wow. Yeah. Wow. She's kind of maybe looking at the future of her life and thinking, how am I going to continue in this life? And her short-term solution is like adoration, you know? I think she knows that it's not sustainable. I love this. Oh. This is fab. Love it. Oh, yes. It's quite chaotic, isn't it? Oh. It's like a kind of like unhinged obsession with adoration, isn't it? Love it, with that fading out hi-hat, fabulous. Oh, that's one of my favourites so far. That one really had a sense of darkness to it and a sense of desperation to it. Again, really, really cool musical choices in terms of the use of chords and stuff. Really like exciting to listen to, you know? Like you don't know what's going to come next. Then when it does come, it's like, ooh, okay, wow, uplifting. But it has this real subtlety of feeling of like darkness swirling underneath, and it's almost like maybe the love and adoration that she's getting from people, like from like being on stage and being an artist, is lifting her up, but she knows that underneath it's unsustainable. It's, you know, you can't really rely on other people for your own self-worth, and that's where the darkness is. And that is so eloquently written in just in terms of the music, without even like considering the lyrics, you know? It's really, really, really cool. Yeah. Oof. Let's go on to the next song. This is song number 8. There's nothing left here for you. Sounds kind of ballady. Maybe. Nothing in this room. I wonder who she's singing to. Go on to that sweetheart's door. Maybe it's breaking up of a relationship. Give her all the love. Yeah. Telling them to like move on. You could touch fire. Ooh. Wow. Oh, God. God, wow, they got so passionate. Oh, shit. And then it just goes. God, queen of dynamics. I think she's like trying to be logical and like supportive, but that interlude is like, but I don't feel that way, you know? Yeah. I keep waiting for it to drop again. It's not gonna drop again, is it? Wow. Oh, God, that's really moving, huh? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it really does feel like she's broken up with this person and they've moved on to somebody else, and she's like saying, it's fine. There's nothing else. There's nothing left here for you. I have nothing. Go on. Maybe they haven't moved on yet, but maybe she's saying, you know, find somebody new, find someone who's going to appreciate you, who's going to treat you better. But there's like a moment of real emotion in there where she's kind of like distraught at the actual thought of them moving on, you know? Now go on to that sweetheart's door and find a new year. Give her all the love you saved for it. You could touch fire, you could fly. It was your right, it was your life. You had a right to have passion and fire and love, and I didn't give it to you. In that moment, that's when she's like, the music just goes, wah! And it's like so passionate. So amazing. Again, really streamlined lyrics. I really appreciate how she doesn't waffle. She doesn't go in on over-explaining stuff. She just puts it there and allows the listener to figure it out for themselves. It's really very maturely written. Let's go on to the next song. This is song number 9. That's 7. 9. This is Should Have Been Me. Whoa, yeah. Let's get the pace up a bit. Nice. Okay. Oh, the new girl looks so just like her. God. Should have been me. Oh, oh yeah, I love that. Really cool. A rebound, must be lonely trying to love someone, finding a way out of the maze. She's admitting that she wasn't what he needed though, but it should have been me. Yeah, nice. I love how the songs are so succinct, you know, slap. Yeah, I love that one. Like a needed like uptick in pace from the previous song. A little bit more dancey, a little bit more like jaunty. I went through my list of friends and found I had no one to tell her this overwhelming clean feeling, strange serenity. Oh, okay, so she's very much looking at him and thinking, you know, I'm sorry that I put you in that place. She is very much like over it and kind of feels cleaned and washed of the whole situation. But the ex is obviously still into and still heartbroken over Mitski because the new person that they're dating looks exactly like her, and she's kind of saying, you know, I'm sorry I couldn't give you what you needed. It should have been me to give you that, you know, which is actually very different to what I thought maybe the song would be about given the title. Okay, let's go on to the penultimate song. This is song number 10. This is I Guess. I guess this is the end. Somebody else. Right, transforming after the relationship. Without you, I don't know quite how to live. I mean, it could be interpreted as music, but then that would suggest that maybe she's moving on from making music. Maybe that's what she's maybe considering. Very reflective. Thank you. From this perspective, I can see. Thank you. Wow. That was very meditative, very reflective, wasn't it? Like, I kind of feel like she's kind of looking back on the relationship and thinking, like, what did you give to me? What did I actually take from this? And now she's kind of gained a bit of perspective. She feels quite relaxed and quite grateful. Again, like, very, very stripped back in terms of lyrical content. Like, it's 10 lines. Which is pretty amazing. She manages to convey so much within it. I guess this is the end. I'll have to learn to be somebody else. It's been you and me since before I was me. So it sounds as if she's been in this relationship with this person for a long time and has discovered so much of herself through being with this person. And now that they've broken up, she is having to learn how to be herself again. And she's having to like find a new way to be her outside of the context of her being in a relationship. Before we go into the final song of the album, just a quick reminder to click on the subscribe button if you like this video, and also make sure to check out all my other videos and my music as well. All of the links are in the description for my music. You can stream on Spotify, Apple Music, all the above, if you want to check it out. Cool, let's go on to it. This is song number 11, That's Our Lamp. Ooh.
We fought again. I ran out the apartment, but I walked down and up and down and up and down this street.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Love that. You don't love me like you used to. A reflection on the relationship, even though she's already sounded like she's moved on. Maybe it's her finding joy because she's like, let go of this, you know? Love the drums.
Where you'll be waiting for me.
Wow. I love that she manages to put such exuberance in her music when, like, often it comes from quite a kind of meditative place, you know? Wow. Can't quite figure out what sounds are going on here, but it's cool. Oh, yeah. Wow. I love the production on that. Like, actually the whole album, you know, but that particular song really felt so... Like, I loved that end section where it really just, like, had that really bright, you know, horns and strings and, like, exuberance, you know, with a really, really cool mixture of different sounds going on that gave it lots of texture and lots of movement. It's very, very cool. And it really sounds like she's kind of, like, putting a pin on that relationship and kind of saying, I moved on. Don't say you love me, because actually at the end of the day you didn't. Actually, it wasn't all me. I wasn't the only one who was at fault here. By the end of it, you didn't love me either, and actually we can both be happy now that we're apart. Yeah, interesting progression from the previous song to this one, but yeah, like overall it does feel like she's moved on. Yeah, okay, cool. That was a very unique experience. Incredibly interesting though to listen to somebody who is so clearly creative, but also like she seems like a technician. Everything seems very intentional. Like the way in which the lyrics are very, very stripped back. You can tell that she's done a lot of editing to really take it down to just few pointers. She doesn't overstate anything. She keeps the songs very short. But yeah, so I really appreciate like how unique she is, because you don't get many artists who kind of break out of that kind of norm. And a lot of artists that I listen to who are very poetic tends to have really long songs, you know, like Lana and Adele and whatever. And so it's quite refreshing to hear like a take on lyricism that is very succinct. And the production is fabulous. I really, really love the surprises in all the production. Like she really, really plays with dynamics. She really plays with interesting sounds. And on the whole, a very engaging listen, I'd say. So that's my verdict. Very impressed, actually. I'd be interested to actually go back and hear more of her stuff. Let me know if you want me to react to her earlier stuff on the channel. I'm unsure of how popular she is as an artist, but like, despite the fact that some of these videos might not be as big as my Taylor Swift videos or my Adele videos, I really do like exploring these artists that I wouldn't otherwise explore. So, but yeah, let me know if you'd like me to do the earlier albums. I definitely will be listening to them either way. If you are a Lana Del Rey fan, then make sure to tune to the channel next Friday, because I'll be doing my reaction to the one album I haven't heard, which is NFR, and that is coming out next Friday. I have actually already recorded it, and it's gonna be a good video. So if you're a Lana Del Rey fan, then make sure to come back next Friday. And yeah, make sure to keep an eye on the channel for all sorts of different videos coming out this month. So yes, cool. Okay, right. Thanks for tuning in to the end. I'll see you next Friday at 9 p.m. Bye.